I'm Andy, and I sing and play guitar.
I'm JT, and I sing and sample.
How did you come up with your name?
We all had paper outs growing up, and just kind of reminded us of daydreaming while being at work, and just kind of, I don't know, just being in that state of wonder. It was, we were teenagers. We were hypersensitive. We were falling in and out of love. We didn't really know what we were doing, and it's kind of a crazy time in life. And kind of like it. Made sense in this band.
What makes you different from other bands, would you say?
We're really good.
Probably, I mean, like, we're pretty eclectic. We all, we have kind of a bigger sound, and we've got we strive to have really, I don't know, layered production, interesting sounds, and still it somehow fits in like a rock band format. So it's kind of built like it's stretching the ideas of what a rock band kind of looks like. We've got a lot of programming, we've got a lot of synths, and we've got our drummers all over the place. We've got 2 drum kits on stage, and we've got theremins, we've got samplers, we've got all sorts of different ways to make sounds, and still it's, I mean, for all intents and purposes, is a guitar, bass, vocal, drums type band.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of electronic rockish bands, but I think that us being from Nashville maybe has rubbed off on us a lot. Not many electronic bands are from that city, and when my neighbor is someone that thinks that if you have to plug an instrument in, it's not an instrument, like it should all be acoustic guitars, and, acoustic drums. I think that's really made us rethink kind of how we perform as electronic musicians. We don't just go on stage and press spacebar.
What song would you consider to be your guilty pleasure? Not just what you love, but all you can get.
Third Eye Blind, Motorcycle Drive-By.
Meatloaf's I Would Do Anything for Love. And then like a non-guilty pleasure, like Sinead O'Connor's Nothing Compares to You.
Oh my gosh.
Which is the best song ever written by
Best
Prince,
song.
which could also be considered a guilty pleasure, except he's not. He's just a genius.
We have a game we play with everybody called This or That, and then you do 2 things and you pick one or the other.
Okay.
So summer or winter?
Winter.
Even though I'm always depressed more in the winter, it just feels right, I guess. Ho-hum.
Yeah.
Books or movies?
Movies. I know I should say books, but movies is the answer.
I like movies more, but I read books more than I see movies, so I guess I'll say books.
Electric or acoustic?
Just electric.
Electric or acoustic?
I would say acoustic.
I like that, but I definitely like big loud stuff as well. There's something intimate about acoustic that I like.
Peanut butter or jelly or jelly bean?
Peanut butter and jelly.
Peanut butter and jelly.
Hands down. It's not even a question.
David Hasselhoff or Chuck Norris?
Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris, yeah. Easily.
Snuggie or blanket?
Blanket. I hate the Snuggies. You're in a cold.
Yeah, blanket. Easily. I'm sorry.
Just ask me any question.
Okay, Snuggie or blanket? Pick one.
What?
Snuggie or blanket?
Blanket. Snuggies can catch on fire.
And then you can't get out.
You're stuck on fire.
Yeah.
Are you scared of swine flu?
No, never have been, never will be. There is no swine flu.
Among Us. And he's it's called swine flu.
Actually, I think it's H1N1.
Yeah.
So I guess the enemy among us is H1N1.
You guys are from Nashville. It's like a huge, big deal for country music. Does country music influence your sound at all?
Mostly, I'd say so. Just like with the twang in your voices. Just when I'm playing guitar, it's just like I always try and use like pedals to.
Yeah. And it seems like a natural kind of transaction between country music and us.
Yeah.
It's affected us maybe more in a way that's based on like just writing songs, being clever. Country music is cleverness. Kind of makes sense.
Country music is clever. Yeah.
Quote me on that.
Ditto. Ditto.
So, why did you guys form your band? Did you have a specific reason?
Honestly, we didn't. Yeah. It just kind of happened. Just happened.
Some things just fall into place.
Weren't we at the park?
Yeah, it was
We
at
were
the
at the
park.
park.
And then we grabbed pizza.
Well, you had an acoustic guitar and I had an acoustic guitar. And JT came up and said, I don't play guitar.
And I
Yeah.
was like, I do.
Yeah.
You were like, I do.
And it just
Why don't we create music that makes people want to take off?
Yeah, so it started the Simon and Garfunkel thing. JT brought the sexiness,
Yes.
and it was like sexy Simon and Garfunkel.
No one ended up really
Amplified.
taking off their clothes, but it's still great music.
It's great.
We're
Yeah.
incredible.
It's great. Yeah.
It's pretty strong.
Where was your first gig?
Anderson, Indiana.
Anderson, Indiana. Do you remember that?
Yeah, dude, it's crazy. It's the smallest club in my life.
Yeah. 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 It really was Anderson,
I think
Indiana.
I played drums that show. Gavin did.
Gavin was sick. Matt Connor booked it. Matt Connor, one of the first paper route champions for us. But Gavin got sick and you had to jump.
Do you have fans that still follow you from like when you first started?
Yes, absolutely. We have some of the greatest, most creative fans I think the band could have. We really do. Right?
Sweetest. They really are sweet.
Yeah. They've come. We've talked to some people on this tour that have been to three or four shows already. Talked to people that have seen us 8 times in 2 years. That's almost a little much.
Yeah, big.
Yeah.
Okay, so our last question is, if your life was made into a movie, who would you play, and what would the name of the movie be?
Who would we play?
Who would play
play
you?
us?
Yeah.
That's strange that you asked that question. More importantly, I think who would play Chad?
Yeah, Chad.
I already
Chad.
know.
Chad.
We've actually already.
I've had the same answer since 2002.
And more importantly, we have the same script that actually is already in production and already has the same actor who he thought.
Ron Howard just greenlit it.
Yeah, Ron Howard's on board.
Yeah.
Ethan Hawke will play Chad Howard.
Ethan Hawke. Can you see that?
Yeah. And what's more important, because
She was silent. Can you see that? And she seriously did this. Can you get my face?
Yes.
I said, can you
Wait,
see
I'm
that?
zooming
She
in.
went,
all right. We obviously can't answer for ourselves because we would both say Brad Pitt. And we know that's not true. But
But then you have to
answer
have
for
like
me and I
5
can
children.
So who would play?
Jude Law would play Andy.
And Johnny Depp would play JT. See, we
I did kind of good fast. We kind of made ourselves look good.
When you guys were up on stage, I totally thought of Johnny Depp, honestly, during this one, like, jump thing you did.
Okay.
I seriously thought
Well,
that.
Johnny Depp steals a lot of his moves.
Yeah,
He does.
Johnny,
And
I
Jude Law
actually-
steals a lot of mine.
He's so
He's
clever.
incredibly
He
unfair.
actually texted me when we were doing this interview. Johnny did.
Yeah, he did?
Yeah.
Right there in the middle?
Yeah.
What would you name the movie?
Just Adventures in Babysitting.
Yeah,
Two.
actually. Two. Because, we turned it in, and they were like, copyright, and so we named it 2, but it's TOO.
Oh.
Oh. Not like a sequel.
Yeah.
Adventures in Babysitting 2, kind of like Look Who's Talking 2.
Yeah.
Same idea.
Yep.
And actually, we won't even use our own voices. We'll just use Kirstie Alley and John Travolta.
Yeah.
All right, let's get
So,
to business.
so 91.3, thank you so much for playing us, seriously, because college people are the raddest people on this planet, and you still buy music, and you still pay attention to art, so thank you for having us, and thank you for playing us.
Thank you, 91.3.